Hey guys, Ricky here. Um, so today I was thinking about talking about doctor as teacher. Um, I think it plays a really important part in medicine and naturopathic medicine. Reason being, in allopathic medicine, I don't think patients get the time they deserve. So, having been in allopathic medicine, like all of you, I feel patients deserve more time to get to the underlying cause of any disease. I think mind also plays a big role, and letting people speak their mind is very important, and also gives us a big picture as in what the disease process is about. And this is something I learned, even though we're learning this in school, but this is something I learned while working for a naturopath back in BC. He taught by example. So the reason he listened to people is because he wanted to teach them that in order to be better citizens and in order to be a better person, you must listen to others. So he really helped me instill a lot of patience, because that is something I feel I was dealing with, not having a lot of patience. But so coming back to doctor as teacher, I feel when you practice what you preach, people actually listen to you more. So also it lowers their guard down, because, for example, if a patient walks in, they are having issues, some health issue. If we just go over the case in our mind and then give them advice, they're not really participating in their disease process. They're mostly just coming there with the mindset that I know nothing about disease, doctor knows everything, I'm just gonna sit here, I'm gonna tell them, and they're gonna give me a prescription and I'm gonna go home. So patients feel very helpless in that situation, where they feel walking in that I know nothing about this problem that I have in my body, and the person sitting across is gonna give me all the knowledge, and I have no idea about that knowledge. So they can feel very isolated, they can feel alone in a very dark place, and that's where mind comes in. Mind plays a big part in the disease process. So when you listen to people, you make them feel that you are their friend, like, hey, I'm just here, let's talk. And that's something they never get a chance to do. So what happens is, I feel as you listen more and more, you let them speak, that is something they haven't got in the past, they feel comfortable. They also not just feel comfortable being around you, they also feel comfortable that, hey, this could just be a thing I made in my head. Maybe I can participate and control this disease process by actively participating in it. So the idea is to actually make people feel comfortable so they can deal with their own health issues and not be terrified of them. So they are in a position of power to take care of themselves, instead of being in a position of being alone or feeling weak and lost and saying, oh, the doctor will heal me. One other thing listening does is it not only helps people realize that that the disease process is easy to handle than they thought, but it also makes them actively participate in their disease process. So once the guard comes down, they become your friend. They are actually more engaging with you, instead of feeling a doctor and a patient relationship. They're feeling like, okay, this human being cares, and they are open to you. The more open they are to you, I feel, they are also able to see with themselves that, hey, this disease process can be handled, but I must participate actively in it. So when I was working with this doctor, he was a lot into fitness and health and diet and exercise, not just preaching it, but also incorporating it into his own life. And when I would sit down with him, I would ask him, why you do all that? he said, beside the reason for my own health benefits, I do it because patients see me doing it. So, I lead by example. And there's nothing bigger than leading by example, because when people see you doing something, taking charge of your life, being responsible of your health, you set a good example. And he would set that example for people, but people will not follow through unless you really got behind their mind. You really got behind as to what was the real thing stopping them. Because it's easy to tell people to, and they already know that, diet, lifestyle, exercise, meditation, all these things are good for you. But people have different barriers, and to get, beyond those barriers, we have to meet people at a human level. So that's why communication is very important. So to let them get over their barriers, just to make them feel that somebody's here to listen. So mind plays a big part, and patience plays a big part. And I got a lot of inspiration from him. And so I feel doctor as teacher plays a very big role in healthcare, and we should be good teachers. Thank you. Bye-bye.